Okay, everyone, good afternoon. Hi. My name is Jeremie Rykner, and I want to thank you, first of all, for being here. The simple fact that you're here means that either you're curious about social media or you understand the importance of social media marketing in today's world. So that's already a very good first step. Now, we can all assume that we all here have smartphones. And while I can bore you with many stats, facts, figures, and graphs, because we only have a limited time, so I want to give you as much practical information that you can actually start using today instead of bombarding you and giving you a lot of very nice graphs and stats. So let's try to get right into it. Let's talk a little bit about today's social media state in 2017. As you know, social media is very evolving platforms and industry that's changing all the time. That's why it's very important to always stay very ahead of the game, of the pack, and being a pioneer in using the latest platforms and techniques. And that's what we're going to cover today. So one thing I want to mention is that not only do we all have smartphones, but statistics say that most of you are going to watch your smartphone at least 3 or 5 times during this presentation. So that's okay with me. It's completely natural and it's expected. So we are all looking after attention. Attention is the game. Whether you like it personally or not, business-wise, you want your customer attention. You want your audience attention. Now, as you can see in the picture here, once upon a time, not a long time ago, for many, many years, from the time we were all in caves, there was a fire camp, and we were used to sit down at night and hear some stories from someone in the tribe and talk about it and laugh about it. And the situation used to be true for many, many years, just about maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago when it started to change. So the focal point of attention, which had our centralized and undivided attention, was the television. And the TV, at least after the Second World War, starting in the 50s, used to be the center point of attention for all the family. So everyone used to sit around and look at this big screen. Now, things 10, 15 years ago started to change, and we moved on to a more devised world where you can see that people starting to use multiple devices. So some people were using their tablets, some were using the laptop, some were playing with their mobile phones, but still there was a TV and some people were watching TV, whether part-time, whether with their full attention or their partial attention. But today, fast forward to 2017, it looks more like that. There is no TV anymore to be seen. Not only that, but everyone has at least one screen, if not 2 screens. And everyone, or some people, are also using earphones, so their whole attention is only upon their own screen. Not only that, but everyone's attention is on himself, on his own social media, on his own phone or platform. And there's less communication between us human beings, at least physically, where there is this physical closeness approach between us in the same place at the same time. So while we might be at the same place at the same time, still, actually I can see some of you are watching their screen right now, you might have more focus on your own screen just in front of you instead of on the screen right here or on your neighbors sitting next to you. Now that we have agreed that we all want people's attention, comes another question. And the question is, most of us, and most of us here as well, I have a question for you. Let's do it like that. So I can assume that most of us here are checking their social media accounts, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, or maybe all of them, at least a few times per day. Now I have a question. How many of you, please raise your hand, how many of you are posting at least once a day on social media? Pretty good. I would say about 50% of the audience here is posting at least once per day using social media. So that's already good. That means that you're actually part of the pioneers, because most and the majority is not doing that. Majority being not only the general public, but even more so marketers, and even more so digital marketers. So still, especially in the affiliate marketing world, where we're actually part of today, this affiliate summit, most of us are still putting their full attention into other methods which are not social media, which are traditional media buying or display advertising, email marketing, and all the other old classic methods. So I want you to think today about a mind shift, shifting your mind from consumers to producers, from consuming content to producing content. This is the one key to taking the path to social media success. Now, if we agree that we have to post content and start producing content on social media, then comes, of course, the question of what type and kind of content to post on social media. So here are a few types of content that I want you to think about when you're asking yourself, what should I post? I call it the triple E, or the golden rule of 33%. So it's not, it's not mathematic, but still, as a general rule, you should try to have 3 parts of content that you're posting on social media. And it doesn't matter whether you're trying to sell a product or service, or maybe just your own personal branding, or just storytelling to your friends and neighbors. Your content should be educating, entertaining, and emotional. And the triple E's. And by that I mean like that. So for example, for educating, it can be basically teaching something, sharing some knowledge with other people on social media. Whether it's how-tos, how to cook something, how to build something, how to make money using something. You can teach something. You can share some news about your industry. You can share some interesting knowledge that you have come across, or some interesting experience that you have come across that might be also interesting to other people who are following similar industries as yours. You can share sometimes practical information and tips that might help others to be more successful. Or you might just do Q&As, questions and answer sessions, where you take some questions from your audience on social media and you reply to them and give them some practical, educating information. A second kind is entertaining. If you want people not to be bored and to continue to follow your stuff, or just to pay attention to your social media postings, then it should also be entertaining. Entertaining can be different types of entertaining. It can be funny. It can be something which is nice enough to share with your friends or your colleagues on social media, something shareable. Or something visual, because visual is the most effective method to connect with other human beings. So text might be good to exchange information, but as they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. The third type of content should be emotional. Emotional being something that other people can relate to, can identify with. So it can be something sharing from your real life, your day-to-day life. It can be something which is they can relate to. And by being yourself and by putting part of yourself on social media, you allow others to identify with you, to be able to share the same feelings and experiences with you. And when you share emotional types of content on social media, I want you to think about how other producers of content in traditional methods like TV or books are telling the story, using storytelling techniques. So like every good story, whether it's a drama story, a fiction, or a comedy, it should have a few parts. It should have a beginning, a middle, and an end. It should have also different kind of characters, attractive characters, characters that people can relate to. And those characters might have a depth. So they might be tall or short, young or old, funny, sad, aggressive, calm, whatever. Last thing about emotional content is because you want to post content on a regular basis, your content should also be some series content, some kind of soap opera content, meaning that someone who is seeing your content and following your content, he will come back tomorrow and he wants to see how the story continues, how the story evolves. So maybe for some of you, it can be just having different characters, not only yourself in your story. Maybe you want to incorporate your business partners. Some might be your villains even, you know. You have to be attractive, you have to be different. Some might be your mother-in-law, or your in-laws, your grandparents, whatever. Be original, be open-minded. One more thing about recommended content is called the VRIN principle. It's a principle which is used in marketing in a lot of different ways. In our side of social media content, I define it as the following. VRIN, standing for value, rare, inimitable, and non-substitutable. Meaning that your content should give value, as we discussed before. It should be rare because you don't want to put the same content as everyone else out there. And by rare, it might just mean being yourself, because everyone is unique. So even if you're speaking about the same topic as everyone else, just by giving out your own voice and not copying something from someone else, you become more rare. And by becoming more rare, you also become less imitable, because no one can copy you except yourself. And if they can't copy you and you have rare content, unique content, then also they can't replace you. Now that we talk and we agree that we want our customers' attention, and the best way to catch attention is using social media, and what types of content to post, then we go to the next question of where to post it and what are the most effective methods today to post your content on social media. I like to call it growth hacking major platforms. It's not enough to use the popular platforms, but if you know how to use them, how to use the latest features being rolled out all the time by the platforms, you will get a tremendous advantage on your competition, and you will get a lot of organic traffic. Organic meaning free traffic. So guess what? It won't cost you anything. So let's dive right into it and start with Facebook. Facebook, why Facebook? Because it's the #1 platform regarding the number of users. It just exceeded 2 billion of users worldwide. 2 billion users. Everyone today is on Facebook. Whether it's your 12-year-old kid or your 70 years old grandparents, they are all spending time on Facebook. So Facebook is the #1 platform to reach out to any kind of audience that you might wish for. So what should we do on Facebook? Here are the 3 major growth hacks on Facebook. #1, by far and by large, in 2017, is video. I will say before that an image is worth 1,000 words, then a video is worth 1 million words. The impact of video is so strong that it's far, far ahead of anything else. And it's so strong because of different reasons. One reason being that Facebook, its own algorithm, is giving priority on distribution of video content. Meaning that if you put out a video, you have a much better chance of your audience, of your followers, to actually see it in their feed. You might have noticed it yourself. If you check your feed, you'll see more and more videos appearing. Videos giving priority on other types of content like images, posts, and links or text posts. A second, even more advanced method of distribution on Facebook is Facebook Live. Now, I'm sure we all heard about Facebook Live, but how many of you are actually using Facebook Live? If you haven't done so yet, definitely it's a good time to start doing it. Why? Because once again, Facebook Live is given priority by Facebook itself. So you'll get more audience, more organic reach for free. And not only that, but Facebook will also notify all of your followers for free. So they'll get a mobile alert on their phone when you start live streaming. Now, if for some reason you don't feel very comfortable about posting video, guess what? Facebook just recently, like 2 months ago, also launched the ability to broadcast live audio. So you don't have to be seen. You can be in your pajamas in your bedroom and make a Facebook live audio stream. Now those streams, of course, you can record them, you can keep them, you can save them, and you can continue to use them later on. A third growth hack on Facebook for the most advanced users are messenger bots. Messenger bots giving you the ability to communicate and engage with your audience, whether organic or paid, and having an automated conversation, which might start being automated, but you can then also engage manually. And this will allow you not only to send messages out and to reply to questions that your audience might have, but also to give them links to your products, to services that you're selling, send them out video links, videos on Facebook Messenger, file attachments, and a lot of different kind of content. Now, once they replied, for example, you can set up a Facebook bot and have it on an organic post or on our paid advertised post. And once, if you have a Facebook Messenger bot installed, once it is installed and someone would engage with your post, meaning either they would like your page or they would comment to your post, they will automatically be subscribed or opted in into your own Facebook Messenger sequence and bot. Meaning that they become subscribers. Like in the past, you had to go to a landing page out of Facebook and having people give you their email address in order to reach back to them. Now you don't have to do it anymore. They can stay on Facebook and do it directly from Facebook, engaging, subscribing to your content, and then you can message them and engage with them for free forever. After talking with Facebook, let's go to the other arm of the Facebook branch, Instagram. Instagram, of course, being owned by Facebook, and Instagram also being the number 2 platform today about virality, about using organic traffic, about monetizing organic traffic. So what should you do on Instagram to be effective today? Once again, number 1, by far and large, maximize the use of videos. You can use videos in your post on Instagram. So of course, Instagram started as an image app, but once again, it evolves more and more into a video app. So you can post up to 1 minute of content of video every time on every post on Instagram. Take advantage of it. If you don't have a short video, you can give them a teaser about a longer video and then give them a preview and link them and tell them to go to YouTube to watch the rest, or on Facebook or on your website. Number 2 growth hacking technique on Instagram is not only posting content, but posting enough content. If you want to be discovered, if you want to take full advantage of organic traffic, free traffic, you need to post at least 3 to 5 times per day. Now, it might seem like a lot and difficult to do. And that comes to another point. A lot of us might be thinking too much about creating content. And creating content might be difficult for some of us, because being creative is not something that you can just invent in a second. It's something for some of us takes more time, for some of us it's less natural. And the best way to remedy it and to bypass your creativity is just by documenting. By documenting your journey, by just putting out some part of your day, documenting your own day-to-day, whether it's at work or at home, or a mix of this and that. And then it becomes much more easier to put 3 to 5 times a day content on Instagram. It could be on Instagram stories, and it could be on Instagram images. It could be images or it could be videos. So you can have a mix and match of both of them. Using Instagram stories on the top of the Instagram app, once again, a growth hacking technique, because Instagram is giving more reach, more organic reach to it. Meaning that not only will your story be featured, but your story will be featured, at least if you post enough content, it will be posted first and appear first on your audience Instagram app. So, Instagram stories is very interesting because there are a lot of extra options that you can use with them. And that comes to the next item on the list is, for example, when you post a story on Instagram or a picture, but it's even stronger on the stories, is to use geolocation tagging on them. So when you post a video or picture on your Instagram story, you can click on the top of your screen. You'll have an option to geotag the location where you are. Now listen carefully. There is some top secret growth hack here. While I'm actually now in New York, I can actually tag any place in the world. So I could decide, instead of geotagging New York, where my GPS and I'm physically at, I could actually tag myself in London. And then what would happen is that everyone in London, while opening their Instagram app and going to the Explore tab, they're going to see London Story, being a curated series of other people's stories as a series of continuous posting, and you will be featured over there while you're in New York, and once again, for free. So by using that, you can get, for every post, you can get sometimes hundreds of viewers for free per story, just by using geolocation on them. Following that, hashtags. Now, hashtags have been around on Instagram for a long time, and hashtags are very effective. If you don't know, you might and you should use up to 30 hashtags per image that you post. Now, on a story, you can only put one hashtag, but on an image, you can put up to 30 hashtags. Now, it's not enough to put hashtags. You have to use the right hashtags. So you have to invest some time into researching what are the right hashtags for your industry. And you want to make sure that you use hashtags which are not too saturated. So if everyone is posting the same hashtags, it will be more difficult for you to be found on the top stories in that hashtag. So you better be using second tier or third tier hashtags that still have demand, that people still search or tag or use, but are less popular. So there is no point in trying to compete with hashtags having millions of images every day. Use second tier or third tier will be much more effective. Lastly, regarding Instagram is the ability, like on Facebook, that rolled out a few months ago, to go live. To go live on Instagram, once again, with the same advantages for organic traffic as on Facebook. Your audience will get notified by a push notification that you're going live. Instagram will distribute and put your content in front of the feed. You can save the video for later and replay it if you want, and download it or post it on other platforms. YouTube, as we have 5 minutes left, let's try to make it a bit faster. So, YouTube. YouTube, once again, you don't have to create content. You can also document your journey and post a vlog. A vlog being just part of sharing your story. Wherever you are today, just film a bit with your phone. You don't need some advanced equipment for that. Any modern smartphone is more than enough to put HD video and posting it as a vlog. Meaning, once again, you need to post as a journal, so you need to post it like more than once a month. No. Ideally once a day, and if not, then 2-3 times per week or once a week minimum. YouTube SEO, as Google is Google owns YouTube, so Google also uses SEO techniques, search engine optimization, for YouTube. So you have to know which keywords to use. In the description of your videos, you can also tag them with, once again, keywords, so use that properly and invest time into that like you would for any blog post using SEO. As another method, growth hacking method to attract users on and views on YouTube and to get found on YouTube, you can use trending subjects and clickbaits. For example, let's say that everyone is talking about fidget spinners. So why not use somewhere in your title or in the description something related to fidget spinners? Because a lot of people are looking for that. You'll have a better chance of actually being discovered while searching for it. Or clickbait, meaning baiting someone into clicking your video because you're giving them an attractive title that makes them curious to know what you're talking about. Like, I don't know, how I made $1 million using fidget spinners. Something that would make a lot of people very curious, and they'll click on it and then go to your video. Another way is to reach out to other influencers on YouTube and offer collaborations. So you can make a video together, and then everyone will post it on his channel, getting you more distribution. And lastly, you can use interviews. You can interview other influencers in your industry and post it on YouTube as a great way to post content. Now, on to the big M word. M word standing for monetization. So now that you have been working hard and putting content out there, you grew your follower bases. And now you've become literally an influencer in your industry, in your space. Now that you become an influencer, the more you become and the bigger you are, people will start reaching out to you. But even if they don't reach out to you yet, you can reach out to them. You can reach out to industry partners or to products or services that are related to your own content and get deals. Deals for posting content, deals for anything else. You can use sponsorships. You can sell your own products or services through your channels. You can sell as an affiliate other products, or you can even sell your accounts. One more thing, as we're getting out of time. We all know the best time to start was yesterday. The second best is today. So I have a question for you. Who wants to start today? So if you do, please raise your hand. Great. Take your smartphone. Stand up. Don't be tired. Stand up. Open your camera or your favorite social media app. That's not complicated. Raise your hand. Do like that. And press the button. Great. Congratulations. Thank you very much for your attention. Questions? No time for questions? Okay, so last slide. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to be staying here so you can ask all your questions. You can reach out to me, no problem. You also have the links on the last page. Okay. Here are all the ways to contact me. Thank you for your time.